All right, a sad send-off for the Braves. The team posted this message on Twitter today after coming so close to the World Series, only to fall short, saying, "This isn't the end. The team won it, but members are so grateful for the support. Even though there were no fans in the stands, the team says they could feel them through it all." Shortly after the game last night, we saw the term, quote, Atlanta sports trending on Twitter nationwide. It was mostly people bonding and coming together over the painful sports moments past and present. This is Jameen saying, oh wait, this one's from Elliot saying, you think the Atlanta curse isn't real? You probably think the earth is flat. All right, that was a good one, Elliot. That was a good little jab there. All right, and then Anna says, who says that the disappointment is like a warm, familiar blanket? Jeff?
Yeah, a warm blanket that needs a washing.
Yeah, let's get rid of that blanket.
Yeah, Jeff, maybe you've wrapped up in that blanket more than any of us here. Yeah. Let us know how you're feeling today. What's your outlook on this? A lot of people were just flat out bummed.
Yeah, the blanket has a lot of moth holes in it today. All right, seeing two reactions to the Braves' loss last night on social media. The national zeitgeist. Oh, Atlanta, another one of your teams couldn't close a deal. A blown opportunity, those poor tortured souls in the 404. The local reaction has seemingly been more generous, cathartic, and self-medicating. Defeat somehow honorable and noble. Have we come to that? Apparently the answer is yes. The truth lies somewhere in between. Yes, the Braves had an exciting pandemic season. They were able to advance despite not having their top pitcher, Mike Soroka, and a bevy of young hurlers surprised all of us. The future of the Braves is bright. They took Major League Baseball's best team to 7 games. This NFL season, the Falcons have been held up to national ridicule, not for losing, but blowing leads in a Herculean way. Combine that with Super Bowl 51, and, well, there you go. Georgia in the national title game in Atlanta couldn't close out Alabama. And despite some of the most remarkable pitching of the 20th century and a vast payroll, one World Series championship, that still is bitter. Saturday up 3-1 at a neutral site, the Dodgers make history. And in the words of the immortal country music star, the late George Jones, step right up, come on in, if you'd like to take the grand tour.
Oh, Jeff.